Right, it's the day before Christmas Eve. It's extremely mild. The sun is actually out for a change, and it's feeling quite pleasant out here. Yes, it is still windy, but I'll just take the opportunity to say Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope we're all enjoying a bit of time off work and enjoying the festive period. No particular subject to the video today, but we will have a look at a couple of plants. So we've got the Trachycarpus nova here, which really has sort of been covered up all summer by the bananas and tetrapanax. So this is a time of year to enjoy this particular palm, and it is a little bit sort of floppy leafed, but I don't mind that. It's quite nice. It's sort of gives it a more tropical look. So you've got the slightly silvery underside, the floppy leaves, and then you've got the really tightly woven trunk, if you like. The fibre on that is quite tight and, you know, a bit neater than your Fortunae. But yeah, with all this mild weather, we have got some growth on the bananas. So where I've cut them, we can see the deads pushed out, and we've got a couple of inches of green growth on them. Not entirely surprising. And I've got another Musabagia over here, which I haven't protected at all because I didn't normally bother. And even last winter with the -6s, this one didn't collapse. The others did, but this is the one that didn't. And as we can see again, we've got some green growth in that. So I have tidied up this area a little bit. I know it looks a bit barren, this little portion of the garden, this piece of the border. So we've got a lot of evergreens with the palm and fatsias and Fat's Hedera there, and to an extent the passion vine. That we don't get too cold of temperatures, that sort of stays evergreen to about -3 or 4. So we have seen a -3 early on December, and that's still looking okay at the moment. So I've just tied that in because the grapevine that took over this area and sort of woven its way through a lot of the other plants. So I've cut all that right back now and just tied in the passion flower just to neaten it all up, and we'll try and keep on top of that grapevine next year. So this is an area where it's sort of mainly, you know, the banana cannas and the colocaceae, so it's a bit empty this time of year, but we've got enough sort of evergreen interest to make up for that. You know, if you like the leafy plants, they are going to die off over winter, so we can't complain about that if that's what you enjoy. You know, mine is, I always say mine's a spring summer garden rather than an autumn winter. We have got the Magnolia grandiflora there. It did take a little bit of a hit last winter, but again, still growing and looking okay. It's quite a slow grower. It hasn't flowered for me yet. I've had a couple of years, but that was quite a small plant. So I don't know whether I did actually sort of discuss this area. I did have the big clump of palm grass here, so I dug that out because I wanted to divide it up and put it in a different place next year. So in the spring, what I'm going to do is, this area is going to be the sort of banana grove, as it were. So we've got a few different types of bananas. So I am planning to put the Enset Morellii in there, the red banana, just to tie in with all the rest of the bananas. And what I did find is with this little Boutia Aerospaver that the bananas did sort of cover that during the summer, so it was in a lot of shade, so I'm going to have to dig that out and find a new place for that. And I'll probably just put a little lotus banana or something there, just to get all the different bananas in sort of one area. And I mean, I've got a few palms dotted about, you know. I've got the Waggy at the back there, and like I say, the aforementioned Trachycarpus Nova, and we've got a small Washingtonia Robusta there, so it's a little bit of winter interest. But yeah, again, this is going to be more of a spring summer garden area for the leafy bananas, so we get lots of different types of bananas in there and enjoy that. So I have got some plants to move next year in the spring. So again, the Boutia down here, Aerospaver, I'm going to be moving. The palm bed in the centre here, which is sort of roughly covered over, just to give a little bit of protection, even though it's not really been needed so far. I'm going to have to move some of these palms as well, because the plan is I've got the recently purchased Jebaya, which is going to go in this raised centre here. So with that, I've already got a small Jebaya down here, so I'm going to be taking that one out. And I've got another Boutia here, which is just a Boutia odorata from about 5 years ago. Planted a little tiny strap leaf, and that's getting a bit big now, so I'm going to take that out and have some symmetry. And I'm going to probably put some I've got a couple of Sable Riversides, which are getting to a reasonable size, and they're very slow growing palms, so I'm going to put them in there. And yeah, I've got the two little palms to find a new place for. I'll probably just pop them up for now, the Jebaya and the Boutia. Yeah, so also in this sort of gap between the raised feature palm bed and the small palm bed here, we've got a little gap here in between, which is at the minute still got all the cannas in there. So that's Canna Cleopatra, and we've got some colocaceas at the front, so I'll probably leave the colocaceas there. But I think I'm going to dig out all these cannas, and what I'm going to do is a change of plan to a previous video where I mentioned I've got some sort of some of the nice coloured phormiums. So I'm going to have a phormium each side, and in the centre I've got a cordyline, which is a really pretty purple cordyline. So I'm going to have a splash of colour with some strap leaves to break up the palms, which are predominantly sort of a green, for the centre bed, just to give it a bit of interest. And that'll be all year round interest, rather than the cannas, which just a mess of leaves at the moment. Right, so yeah, I didn't really have a subject. Come into picking up the phone and just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. And yes, pretty much a close to record breaking temperatures. So today is about 13 degrees with a bit of sun. Tomorrow's going to be 14 degrees, possibly higher. And Christmas Day itself was still in double figures, so that's pretty unusual. That's not totally unbelievable, but that is unusual for the UK to have such a mild spell at this time of year. But yeah, I'll happily take it. So yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope you're all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We'll leave it there. Thanks for watching.